Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/AskReddit. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. What have you done that you were absolutely certain you would never do? Just calming the fuck down and enjoying myself and this life, honestly. I'm only 24 still, but I've spent the better half of my life worrying about everything, and I never thought I'd get out of that mindset. 10 tenths would recommend. Tips. Thanks for posting this. Not worrying is now my New Year's resolution. Against my better judgment, I gave a former friend a second chance, because he seemed so earnest and sincere in wanting to make amends for a time he had betrayed me. I should have listened to my inner voice because history repeated itself. Never again. Fuck, I learned the same lesson the same way. It sucks. I did this too. Terrible idea. Drugs. Came here to say drugs. Middle school me would be disappointed, lol. Same here. In HS I was very anti-weed. Started smoking it, and now I won't stop. I can if I wanted, but still I don't want to stop at the moment. Had sex with a woman. I'm a woman. How'd it go? Same here. I'm a straight man. Left the religion I had been raised in after 30 plus years of being a hardcore believer. Tell me more. I'm all ears. Graduate from university at the grand old age of 45. Congrats, that's amazing. Have a salaried career. Still blows my mind. Smoked cigarettes. Then after that, smoked weed. Then after that, took drugs that weren't only weed. Then after that took a drug that was one of those I'll never do, like heroin or crack, etc. Pretty much me, except and yet to go over my line and do anything harder. I'm rather lucky that everything Eve tried so far I haven't remotely craved or showed signs of addiction. The only thing that gets a hold of me is weed after a few days of consecutive smoking, but I'm easily able to quit by just not buying any. Smoked cigarettes. I didn't even understand the concept as a kid. I knew it killed people, so that was enough for me to never touch them. Years later depression hit hard, and I used smoking kinda like a form of self-harm. I don't anymore, but disappointing my younger self was not great for my brain space or my lungs. As a smoker who gave in to peer pressure, I relate to this completely. Still smoking after 40 years. My hugest regret. I'm lucky I'm alive, honestly. Get in a car accident, I try to be aware and as careful as possible, but no matter what you do you cannot avoid idiots. I didn't even need an idiot to wreck my car. Just mildly bad weather. Finished a 100-mile ultramarathon. Fixed my washing machine myself after numerous tries and YouTube videos. This was a huge victory for me. I had about given up but was sick of going to the laundromat. Get a girlfriend and a gaming PC. You mean they aren't mutually exclusive? Walked 350 miles across the Himalayas. Should have walked another 150, then 500 more to be the man who walked 1,000 miles just to fall down at a door. Bada dada. Well, I walked 3 steps to my Lazaboy recliner. Poop in a public place. Sometimes you just don't have the luxury of choice. Like in the middle of a city square or something. I pulled over at 3 a.m. to help somebody that was waving for help, in a very suspicious-looking van with a rag as a gas cap. They ran out of gas. They also said they were worried about the police. I took their gas can and brought them back 3 gallons of gas. Get pregnant. Doctors told me I'd have little to no chance, and I accepted it years ago. It took one spontaneous sexy time with my hubby at the right time and pow, pregnant. Congratulations. I'm a girl, so marking my territory to scare deer was a bit odd. But my dad is nocturnal, and I don't have any brothers, and it actually worked. I'm not familiar with this scent, and it came from a large animal. I'm leaving. Farm life. What? K the fuck? Take my A-level final exams in maths and physics. I sucked at both in the higher from grade 8 to 11, and swore to take some easier subjects for the final exams. Then I had to change schools and I had to choose between a technical and a social focus. I took the technical one and passed my final exams in maths and physics, together with German and English, which were mandatory anyway. Certainly never. S are in bold. Started smoking weed end of high school. Eventually, due to my curious exploration and inability to mesh with post-high school life, personal shortcomings, got tolerance desperation due to opiate use. In order to make better use of my drugs, I started to put drugs up my ass, got all scientific with it. Shot up oxycodone shortly after going the ass route. Then, afterwards I went to treatment in the woods and got sober, 3 months in the woods. After getting out of post-wilderness inpatient, relapsed by shooting black tar heroin, it is significantly cheaper. Got sober again, no treatment this time. After going to some meetings and hearing about how desperate people get with vein collapse, and then relapsing after a year of sobriety, trying to find viable injection sites, and going to odd places, like between toes, on hands, and legs and neck even. There are a lot of things I did which resulted in lost dignity in order to get high that I never thought I would. 6 years sober now BTW. It is worth the odyssey through hell multiple times over in order to achieve. Have a later abortion. I've been pro-choice since high school but never thought I would be in that situation since I was so careful about everything. I thought since I was super careful, and I had no serious genetic diseases in my family that I would be safe. After all, the rare fluke events would never happen to me. Until it did and I had to make the most difficult choice I have ever faced. Proud of you. I know it sounds weird to say but you made the best choice for you, and that's wonderful. I had to make a similar choice and someone once said that to me, and I never realized how no one says that. It's all condolences and no one realizes how hard it was. Not only to do but to talk about and stand up and admit. So feel free to tell me to shove off if it sounds insensitive, as I don't mean it that way, but it was a show of strength of character for you. Danced on the main truck at Gay Pride. Oh, good on you, that sounds fun. Get married. Cut off my abusive family. I never thought I would be able to do that, but I won't let them hurt my kids. At first, I convinced myself I could protect my kids from them, and then I realized I shouldn't have to. Get divorced, sad face. Buy living grasshoppers for a bearded dragon. Ha, I've never done this because I don't have a bear dye, but I buy live insects for my geckos all the time. I'm in a lot of reptile subs and people breed dubia roaches for their geckos, and probably other reptiles, I'm not sure. Now that is something I would never do. In some states it's even illegal to import or breed them. Bought a knife with a price over $500. And $600. Also $700. Even over $800. Not ashamed or proud. Hobby creep is real. You wonder how someone could spend $20 on a piece of paper or knife or plastic miniatures. Then you see how that's not so bad, but $50 is a bit steep. Few months later and $400 is a bargain. Real knife or CSGO? Anal. How'd it go? Use my spit and sleeve to wipe something off my kid's face. Turns out sometimes it really is the best alternative. Gave up processed sugar and most carbohydrates. Getting diagnosed with pre-diabetes can do that to you. I remember being 14 and thinking to myself that I would never do drugs. Drugs were for bad, lazy people. Then between the ages of 16 and 18 I end up trying, in order, weed, alcohol, 25-inamone, ketamine, LSD, MDMA, more ketamine. Even had a brief stint as a freelance pharmacist, winky face. I don't do drugs anymore except the occasional drink, but I cherish all experiences, and the lessons learned regardless. Live past 21 years. I'm now 65. I didn't think I would make it past 21 myself. Interestingly, I got sober 3 weeks before my 21st birthday, and changed my entire life within the following 4 months. It's kind of like that life did end and now I'm thriving in a place I could have never imagined for myself. Gave up dairy and gluten. I love milk and cheese. It's been 2 months and it was quite an adjustment, but well worth it. Feeling great. Get in a fight with an HOA. Meth. Just the one time though. No desire to do it again? What made you want to try it? What made you never want it again? Age. Live till 21. I tried ending my life at 16, and was still suicidal from then till last year, but was too afraid of inconveniencing others to do it again. Still struggling with mental health, but most of me wants to continue living now. I'm also getting the help I need as well. currently on antidepressants and will be scheduling a therapy session hopefully soon. I'm on the path of getting better and honestly it feels scary, but amazing at the same time. Again, I never thought I'd make it this far. TBH, in another relationship. I had been lied to and cheated on more times than I care for. Catfished once or twice too. A new friend moved in with me due to circumstances and a few months later, we got together. Didn't expect that. I love her so much. Practice using my non-dominant hand. I'm a right-handed, lazy person, so to keep a 26-day streak is definitely very uplifting and unlike me. I broke the streak at 26 days, and I just started practicing again a few minutes ago. Using it for what exactly? Eaten and enjoyed that smelly French cheese with blue mold growing on it. I'm a sober alcoholic and I definitely crossed the line of things I wouldn't do when it came to drinking. Taking myself to detox at Ramsey County and thinking I'm not gonna do this again, and drinking the next day after being released. Drinking on the job because the shakes were so bad. I worked at a hotel so that wasn't dangerous to anybody but me. Wind up in a treatment center again. I went to 28-day treatment twice. I speak at detoxes and rehabs, and every time I walk into one I feel how close I am to being back there, rebuilding my life, saying the same things I said the first and second time. It's really scary. However, being sober for 18 months this time I've done some really cool stuff I didn't think was possible. Learning how to be a stenographer and can type 160 WPM so far and know how to make court transcripts. Can't wait till that evolves into a good job. Making a lit of music and one song hit 30k plays on Spotify where this time last year they were all 1k. Have my song on my favorite YouTuber the Craftsman Steady Craftin'. Be the most responsible employee at the store and given the keys and all the logins and access to the bank accounts. Life isn't always a steady climb up. There is bound to be some downs, some crashes, and some backslides. My dad always said just make today a little step forward. Even if it's an inch, try to do something one step forward every day. Catch feelings for my fuck bud. And let me tell you, you can't uncatch the fuckers. Try to lose weight. Rehomed my dog. He bit a friend and my then 2-year-old child. I had him for 6 years before I had a child. He went with a roommate of mine when they had to move back home. I had always judged people who did this so harshly. I miss him still, however I'm very glad that I don't have to worry about him biting my child daily. Moved to the other side of the world, didn't see that one coming since I get anxiety even catching a bus, but life is an unexpected adventure. Hey. Have a kid. Dropped out of school at 14. Was homeless into early adulthood. Worked jobs that were difficult but kept me fed. Graduated college in 2020, more than 25 years later. Congrats. Completely paid off several $1,000s of credit card debt. Never thought I'd be gay, now happy with a very good BF. Jumped out of perfectly good airplanes, more than once. Let me guess, off the boarding stairway? If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.